What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about if Sifu is worth buying. So, I didn't want to make this a formal, literally put review in the title, anything like that, just because I haven't fully beaten it yet. I don't feel like it necessarily is fair, but I do think I played more than enough of the game to get a handle of it, to understand what this game is, and to understand if you guys, I think, will like it or not like it. So I will try to explain that to you, and then it's up to you to decide, if this is worth your money. Now, I'm actually going to be talking about the journalist hit pieces on this game and a lot of the other truly pathetic stuff that's been happening online around Sifu. I'm going to do that on my second channel today as well, so if you guys want to check that out, that should be a lot of fun and should be me being a lot more angry over there. But let's just jump in. I really love this game. I do. I think this is a phenomenal game. First thing I think you should know is it is difficult. It is definitely a hard game, and it's a trial and error kind of thing. This is not... I was trying to pay attention to this game, but also, I guess, in a way, not trying to pay attention to it, where I knew, what the game was about, and I knew, the kind of game it was, but the very specific, what you're going to be doing throughout the game, and the point of it, what are you actually have to do, that I didn't really grasp, and I don't think really anybody can grasp it. I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, I didn't think the game was exactly like this until they played it. So what basically happens is you go through, and there's 5 levels, okay? And each level links to the next one. Now, I didn't necessarily put that together in my head. So first level, you're age 20. You're the youngest age you'll ever be in this game. And the goal basically is to beat each level without dying. I mean, when you boil it down, that's the entire point. Don't die at all. And then obviously you will. You will die. But the game takes your highest or your youngest age that you end a level with, and they use that as the starting point to the next level. So what I found, I've made it to the very end of level 3 of 5. And I cannot get to level 3 without being the age of 54 at the start of it. Now that's not good because you die 2 or 3 times and then you end up having to restart. And so that's the whole point of this game, is to minimalize how many times you die throughout the level, starting at level 1. So you're going to be replaying these levels over and over and over again. All right, so then the next part, is the game actually fun? Yes, it is a blast to play, and you kind of want to, because you get better at every single encounter. So again, there's a couple things that actually get better. Number 1, you're constantly earning XP, which you can use to basically do unlocks. You can unlock different moves and go from there. And you can permanently unlock them if you put enough experience points in. So one thing is that's always building, right? So as long as you don't die, you try to build that up. And throughout time, I mean, again, I've played this game maybe 8-9 hours around then, and I've unlocked more than half of the moves permanently, where every single time that I've restarted the game, I already have these abilities. So I think that's something you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to go through that. But then also, you as a gamer, you get better at playing it too, right? You learn, okay, this is how I'm supposed to do things. Maybe this is the approach I'm supposed to take. And you also get better. I mean, the game really, it tests your skill. This is a very tough game. It's really, I know I saw one person say how, if you can't parry or block in this game, then it's just saying a big F you. I mean, I guess that's true, but just then do it. You know what I mean? Learn again. This is a mental kind of thing, a mental jump where you're just gonna have to improve with the game or be stuck. You know what I mean? It's either you're gonna get better by playing it over and over again, or I guess you're not. And I don't really know how you wouldn't, as long as you're putting in the time and effort, right? But you're gonna get better. You're gonna get better at parrying. Parrying is very, very important. You're gonna just learn. The second level, the biggest thing to figure out is the Joe staff, the big stick. That's the idea of, that's the final boss. That's kind of a mini boss as well. You need to learn how to fight somebody that has that stick. And that's just something, you play it a bunch of times and you're going to be able to learn it. So I think the combat is fantastic. I mean, obviously that was the driving point of this game, right? The visual, I think, quality, and then the combat is so good. It makes you feel epic nonstop. It makes, to me, it's very, very lifelike. Again, I'm a martial artist, so I kind of love this stuff. I eat this stuff up, and I mean the way that this guy moves, right? It's phenomenal. It really is. And then there is a story. By the way, there is a reasoning why you're doing this, and I think it's actually pretty solid. The story I didn't really have a clue of. I don't know how much of it was spoiled or I guess known before people went into the game versus not, but I didn't know, the reasoning. I knew obviously you age when you die, and it doesn't, at least where I'm at, I mean, it's probably like some sort of supernatural reasoning that I can kind of grasp right now, but that's the story. I won't spoil the opening of the game, but it's really good. The opening of the game actually is quite surprising. And that's, I mean, it's a loop. This is a loop-based game. It's actually kind of funny because it's not so openly a loop-based game like 12 Minutes or Deathloop or like the 500 other time or Returnal even, right? All these games that we got literally last year, this is kind of, this is really Kung Fu's version, a martial arts version of those games. But again, I really think it works because the combat is so good. It's so enjoyable. You're always going to have fun. I mean, the moves do, they repeat. Like, you can tell, like, a lot of the finishers, too. The finishers are a big part of this game because they give you health back whenever you do them, so you should do them. And, yeah, they repeat every so often, and certain enemy types even have less finishing moves. So, like, the bigger, the huge guys, they only have, like, it depends on if you have a weapon or not, but they only have so many takedown animations, so you're going to see that stuff, but I think you're just moving so quick. You can literally look at your character, like, doing all these different blocks and parries and movements, right? Where, like, it just feels natural and real. And also, then you think about it, this is another, like, well, is it a copy-paste problem? No, I mean, if you're a martial artist, like, you're going to probably do the same moves over, you know what I mean? Like, that's just, you're going to do the same moves over and over. You're not going to, like, make up random moves on the fly, every 30 seconds. That's not how it works. So I have no problem with the moves kind of repeating. And again, I think it's so fluid and fast that you're not really going to notice it. You're just going to kind of be in the middle of the action. Using the weapons is awesome. I mean, this game is so good. This game is good. I guess the only thing is, right, two things I want to touch on before we end the video. Difficulty. So difficulty is going to be a make or break thing for people, right? You're either not going to get it because it's too difficult or, whatever. I say give it a go. This is this is one of those challenging games that rewards you, I think, for sticking through it. I mean, I got better as my play session, went along. And the second thing is it too short? So this was a big thing leading into the game. I even made a video on it. So I feel very confident in saying the game is not too short. Here's how it works, okay? Each level is probably only 30 minutes. So that may scare people, right? Because, oh my God, 30 minutes long. So that's only 2.5 hours, right? 5 levels, 2.5 hours. Well, the thing is, yes, that's true if you're a god at the game from the beginning. Now, that's if you manage to make it through the entire game without aging too far. Because remember, if you age too far, by the time you go into level 4 or 5, you may only have one life. You may have to try those final levels one go, and if you die at any point, then you're done. There is no coming back as an older man. You're just done. So it is 2.5 hours if you can get through it without dying, like, at all. You'd have no abilities, right? You'd have no, like, unlocked move sets, none of that stuff. So if you can do that, if you think you're that good, which maybe there are those people, it'll only take you 2.5 hours. For me, though, I've played around 9, and Again, I can't beat the ending of 3 because I get too old by the time I get to level 3, so I have to replay. I mean, I've played level 2 maybe 6 times, and again, like around 30 minutes each. So I've played level 2 alone for like 3 hours. So that's kind of how this game works. I really think this is like a 10, 15-hour game, like, in general, and that's if you're, like, moderately okay at it. If you absolutely suck at it, this game may take you, 20, 25, 30, or you may not play it in the first place. But I did want to just emphasize that because I know there's a lot of people, $40, it's $40 versus, I guess how long it is that worth it? Now, maybe I should have said this in the beginning, but I get too excited and I just jump in. The code was provided. So I did get the code provided to me, but it doesn't change anything. It doesn't make me, oh, well, obviously because I didn't pay it, now I can say how much, how worth it is for everybody else to pay. No, I sincerely think, and I use Kana as an example, Kana's $40 too. That game was $40. That game's like a 5-6 hour game, but had quality, and I just loved it throughout. And so as long as I think those elements are there, even if the game is 5-6 hours, if you're enjoying it, substantially for that entire time, I do think it's worth it. So for Sifu, number one, I think it's actually much longer than Kana. I think honestly it's like 2 to 3 times longer at the very least. And then secondly, I really, it's the same kind of elements. You're always enjoying it, you're always having fun with it, and you're always improving. Even if, well, maybe if you're not having fun with it, or you're not enjoying it, you're definitely improving throughout it. So I say this is worth this would be worth money. It's up to you guys, obviously, though. I'm never going to tell you, what to do. You guys make your own decisions. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. I will have more Sifu videos on this channel over the coming days. Like I said, on my second channel, I'm going to talk about these stupid game journalists yet again, so that should be a lot of fun. Hope to see you guys there, and I hope to see you guys on the next video here as well.